Barcelona will cover, so there are several points to discuss. The feeling of all parties involved is that it's not going to be a quick deal, it could take some time, but the discussions will start soon with Joao'S Mendes also involved for Felix and Cancelo. So, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, guys, we touch on Osimhen, the Joao'S, but also the situation of Xavi Simons, Jonathan Tah, Saul, Omari Forson. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, let me start with some bit of news around Europe. Many things to say, many things to mention, as always, on the transfer market. Omari Forson, yesterday, Manchester United communicated with an official statement that the talented young striker received a new contract proposal. Guys, what I can tell you is that according to my information, it's over between Manchester United and Omari Forson. He's leaving the club as a free agent and he's gonna join a new club. So he's not staying at Manchester United. This is my information. The club informed that they offered a new deal, but the plan is very clear for Omari Forson to try a new opportunity. Who could also leave his club, in this case we go to Spain, is Saul, former Chelsea midfielder, now at Atletico Madrid, an important player for Atleti last season in the rotation, but now what we can say is that the plan for Saul and Atletico together is to part ways in the summer. So they will look at solutions. There has always been a lot of interest from Saudi in Saul Niguez. Let's see if there will be some new movement around Europe, but the expectation is for Saul to leave Atletico Madrid in the summer transfer window. So keep an eye on him, because could be one of the surprising names to follow. No surprises are expected on the two Joao'S, Joao Felix and Joao Cancelo. What's the situation, guys? For sure, the appointment of Hansi Flick for Barcelona in this sense has been really important, because Barcelona, the president Juan Laporta, as always, because he's always been a big fan of Joao Felix and also Joao Cancelo, but also the director, Deco, who is a big fan of Joao Felix and Joao Cancelo, they always wanted the two players to continue at the club beyond this season, so also for next season. Already last summer, when they signed the players, they already promised them that the intention was to keep them for a long term, not just one season. Then what happens? With Hansi Flick arriving, they have the green light from the manager. So now Barcelona have already called the agent of the player, Joao'S Mendes, who is agent of Cancelo and Felix, and informed him that the intention is very clear to continue with Felix and Cancelo. Now is about the negotiation, because Cancelo and Felix both really want to stay at Barcelona, are both waiting for Barcelona, so the intention is very clear, but the feeling on both Manchester City side for Cancelo and Atletico Madrid side for Joao Felix is that the negotiation will take some time, because they need to agree on the formula of the deal. Both clubs, City and Atletico, still hope to have better conditions of the deal for Cancelo and Joao Felix after Barca got them on loan without a buy option last summer. So now for Barcelona, and especially for the agent taking care of these deals, Joao'S Mendes, is going to be time to negotiate with Manchester City and going to be time to negotiate with Atletico Madrid. Let's see the conditions, let's see the formula, let's see how much of the salary Barcelona will cover. So there are several points to discuss. The feeling of all parties involved is that it's not going to be quick deal, it could take some time, but the discussions will start soon with Joao'S Mendes also involved for Felix and Cancelo. So Barca mission is quite clear. Then guys, I wanted to clarify something on Jonathan Tah, the centre-back who did a fantastic season at Bayer Leverkusen. What's the situation of Jonathan Tah? He has 1 year left on his contract at Bayer Leverkusen. He has a contract proposal from Bayer Leverkusen to continue there, but what we can say is that we have many rumors on Chelsea, many rumors on Bayern. The information we can share is that Bayern are clear favorites in this race, more than Chelsea, way more also there are other English clubs interested in Jonathan Tah, because Bayern really want to go and sign Jonathan Tah. They consider him as one of the priority targets. Physical player, knows the league, speaks German obviously. His German can be a big opportunity on the market with 1 year left on his contract. And so Bayern really want to make something serious for Jonathan Tah in the next weeks. Let's see what's going to happen. But for sure, Bayern are favorites over Chelsea for Jonathan Tah as priority target. So this is going to be one of the cases to watch in the summer transfer window in the next weeks. But Bayern will go really strong. So now it's going to be up to the player, but for sure Jonathan Tah is one of the priority targets. And then Xavi Simons, another fantastic player in Bundesliga, on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. He did very well at Red Bull Leipzig. We had many rumors on his future, guys. I always told you, Paris Saint-Germain could lose the player on loan, could allow the player to go on loan, not lose, but let him go on loan, but they have no intention to sell the player this summer. So what's the point? Now the situation remains clear. Xavi Simons is expected to leave Paris Saint-Germain this summer. The feeling is still the same, but still expected to leave on loan, not on a permanent transfer. This is very clear on Xavi Simons. Then, we know that there is interest from Red Bull Leipzig. They want to keep the player. They will try until the end to push for this one, to keep Xavi Simons at the club. So let's see what's going to happen there. We know there was interest from Barcelona, but it's complicated now because also of the feeling at Barca that this deal could be more difficult now with many clubs involved. Barca wanted to keep their Xavi Simons operation on loan secret. Now there are many clubs arriving, including Red Bull Leipzig, but especially including Bayern, because Bayern are entering really strong in the race for Xavi Simons. Why? Max Eber, the director of Bayern, is the man who brought Xavi Simons to Red Bull Leipzig last summer. And to sign Xavi Simons last summer on loan from PSG was a very difficult mission. It was about 6-7 clubs asking for Xavi Simons. Max Eber was very convincing in face-to-face talks with the player, with his family, and with his agents. And so now Max Eber is at Bayern, the same man who signed Xavi Simons for Leipzig. He will go really strong again. He's already working on that, Max Eber, and he already has the green light from Vincent Kompany. They both believe that Xavi Simons will be a fantastic addition. Quality, technical player, big potential, and also the possibility to enter immediately in the ideas of Vincent Kompany because he knows Bundesliga already well. So the idea of Bayern is to attack the situation of Xavi Simons. How much it will take? It will take some time because the original idea of Xavi Simons was to decide before the Euros. This was also the plan of Barcelona, to make everything as fast as possible, as secret as possible. But now many clubs are coming, Bayern too, and Xavi Simons is expected to decide after the Euros. So he will take his time, he will focus on the Euros, Bayern will be there, Leipzig will be there, other clubs also could move from England, so the situation remains open, but for sure the interest from Bayern is something really strong to consider in this race for Xavi Simons. And then, guys, keep an eye again also on Victor Osimhen, because I know there's been a lot of stories, a lot of reports on the future of Osimhen. What we can say is that this week nothing concrete is happening or will happen. This is the feeling around Victor Osimhen. We will see starting from next week what's going to happen with the player, waiting to have a conversation also with Napoli to understand the situation. There is a release clause, but what's the point? Chelsea, as I already told you, are not going for Victor Osimhen. So Osimhen and Chelsea will not happen, as I already told you. At least as of today, this is the feeling. Lukaku Napoli is a serious possibility. Osimhen Chelsea is no longer a topic at the club. And so what's the point on Victor Osimhen? He's still convinced that he will leave Napoli in the summer transfer window, and Napoli are still convinced that Osimhen will leave this summer. So now it's about finding the best solution. I can guarantee that nothing is advanced yet with any club. They are looking for possibilities, waiting for concrete proposals. So Osimhen is still expected to leave, not going to Chelsea, and waiting for the right opportunity. It's a strategical moment in the market, so let's wait and see what happens, but the expectation remains for Victor Osimhen to leave. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. Victor Osimhen, where do you see his future? But also Jonathan Tah, Xavi Simons was the best solution for him, and also the Joao'S. Where do you see their future? I wait for your opinion, guys, here in the comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio. Ciao.